Welcome to Blissful Back Yoga class. We're going to go ahead and get started standing on our mat. So have your mat, a strap, if you would like blocks or a knee pad, have all those things already handy. And if you would like a blanket or a bolster of some kind, have that handy as well. We're going to start right away with some side opening. Planting our feet a little bit wide. We're just going to start to be present. Go ahead and move the body. Start the breath. Acknowledge the distractions. Let's just get this out of the way. Move aside any thoughts that are going to be weighing us down. Stepping away from any anxiety. Just letting the body move while we come into attention. Let ourselves know that we're about to start a practice. We're about to move into some time for our own self. Not out of a selfishness, but out of a love for others. Ready to make our own self even better than we were when we started this practice. Let's attach some breath on the arm moving up and an exhale on the stretch. Breathing up and moving down through the exhale. Breathing up. Exhale. Breathing up. Engaging the underarm. Breathing up. And stretching side. Adding to this, we're going to breathe up. Exhale side. Breathing up. Bend that same leg. Stretch the back. Breathe everything up. Bring it down. Breathing up the other side. Exhale, stretch the body. Breathing up. Exhale, bend that right knee. Bring it around. Breathing up and back down. Let's let the arms go. And without giving a lot of thought, just letting something come into our mind and notice what that is. If it's a distraction, let's set it aside. Now let something else come in. If that's a positive thought, let's hang on to that. Maybe that thought was, I really need to move my body today. Maybe that thought was, I'm ready to get some stretching in. I'm ready to move into a little bit of time for myself. Let the arms come to stationary. We'll step together to our mountain pose. Soften the knees. Relax the pelvis and the sacrum. Roll the shoulders. Let's bring the hands open to the front. In this safe place, we can close our eyes and develop our intention. A wonderful intention today might be to find something that we can do that's within our control, something that we can encourage our body to participate, an activity that's positive and constructive. All right, let's bring ourselves into our practice. We're going to start with a nice airplane chair flow. So here we are in our mountain pose. We're going to breathe both arms up, hands come together. Through the exhale, we're going to bring those prayer hands down and back. Hips are way out to the back. And while we're here, we can always give ourselves a little side to side if that feels nice. We're going to breathe and sit back in the chair. Our toes are able to come off the mat. We are really sitting far back, and our shoulders are still down. We're going to exhale to forward fold. This one might have really bent knees since it's the beginning of our class, and maybe we're supporting ourselves right here on our shin, or maybe even on our thigh. And then from here, we're going to take a breath, round the spine, see if we can create the most space possible right here in the middle. On the exhale, we're going to Unfold the vertebra one at a time, all the way up to the top. Our breath is up. Our exhale is down. Our breath is to chair. Our exhale is to forward fold. The head is soft here. We're going to breathe and round. Exhale, unfold. Breathe and sweep up, Hastasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Pulling through to our airplane. Sweeping in to chair. Now we have a forward fold. We'll breathe and round. Exhale and fold. Twice more. Breathing up. Hands come down. Exhaling into that airplane. Finding the stretch that works for your body. Breathing into chair. Exhaling over. Breathing and rounding. Exhale up. Once more through. Breathing up. Exhaling down. Calming the body, calming the mind. Bringing ourselves into a focus, attaching the breath here. Bringing our body to an exhale in our forward fold. Breathing to round the spine, drop the sacrum. Exhale as we unfold. We're going to step up to the top of our mat, practicing crescent lunge. Our feet are pretty close together. We're very close to the top of the mat. Hands are at heart center. We're going to breathe and pick up the right foot, step it back. We're in a lunge with our heel down. We're giving a nice stretch to the back of the knee, through down to the Achilles, maybe feeling something in that right hip. We're going to take that knee into a bend. Fold the fingers, place the thumbs. We're coming up with our hands, up with our gaze. And as we start to breathe into this crescent shape, we're going to lift our chin, open our throat, coming all the way into a nice arch. We'll bring that all the way back, hands to heart center. We're going to step the feet together. We'll breathe the arms up, exhale back, reverse that. The left foot goes back. Let's take that traditional lunge and really feel all the stretching that we can. What's happening in this hip? Can this front hip pull back a little bit? Are we able to flatten the sacrum just a bit more? We're going to go ahead and lift the heel, bend the knee, fold the fingers, reaching up. We're going to breathe into our crescent lunge, reaching up and away with the fingers, but down with the shoulders, squeezing them together in the back. Opening the throat, lifting the heart. Bringing that all the way back together. Pulling the belly back into the spine. We're going to use the back toes to step forward. We'll take a breath up and down. We're going to step out wide on our mat and practice a sunflower. Warming up the legs as much as we can right here at the front of the class so we can move right into a lot of things for the back. We want to make sure that we have our knees tracking right over that middle toe. So wherever our toes are looking, our knees should be looking, and vice versa. Wherever the knees can go, the toes can go. We're going to bring our hips directly under the shoulders. Everything's going to be stacked up nice and tall so that there's no hips going out the back, and also they're not splaying the ribs out the front. We're going to close everything in. Imagining some suspenders or some elastic between the hip bone and the bottom rib. So we're able to move that, but we're also conscious of trying to keep it together. We're going to breathe and reach up with both hands. Exhale, scoop down. Breathe and reach. Exhale, scoop. Really engaging the under part of the arm when we come through. Big breath. Really get into the arms there. Now push away. Breathing up and down. This time we're bringing our elbows to the body. We're going to make Some moonflowers here. Elbows are far back without opening the heart or the chest or stretching that elastic. We're going to bring all of that right back in. We're going to squeeze the shoulders together in the back. We're going to drop into that plie, however far we'd like to go into the bend here. And we're going to take a breath in the middle, and on the exhale, twist the body. We're going to use this right thumb to pull us back, and then breathe to the center. Exhale to the left. Breathe to the center. And exhale. And breathe. And exhale. And back to the center. We're going to breathe and reach all the way up. And this time bring our forearms to the thigh, resting our forearms on the top of the quadricep. And we can let our body rock side to side. I'm going to turn the diagonal here so that you can see me a little better. We might use a block here, depending on what you like to use in your practice. If you come to class with me, you know that I like props, so I'm going to use my block. And I'm going to do a fist and be right here with my thumb extended. Let's bring this hand to the hip. We're going to turn both feet to parallel position. So with our left hand on our hip, we're going to bend our left knee, and we're going to open out so that we can try to get our shoulders stacked one on the other. And we're going to lift that left hand up. We should feel a nice stretch in the right inner thigh. We're bringing that back down and setting up the other side. Feet are parallel. The right hand comes to the hip. We're going to bend the right knee, open out to the right. Stack the shoulders. Maybe lift the arm. Feel the stretch in that left leg. Then we'll fold it all the way back down. In this position, let's just let our hips really reach out to the back. Soften the knees. We're going to drop down as far as our body chooses to go. And then we're going to let our head and neck rest. So what are you feeling in your head and your neck? Let's let go of any tension that might be holding there. We can do some yeses and some nos. And we can curlicue and swivel. All the good Sanskrit words that we like to do with our neck there. And then we're going to bend our knees, plant our hands, walk our feet in, and start to bring the body back to standing, rolling through, sweeping the arms out to the side, and coming back together in our mountain pose. We're feeling warmth building, hopefully, by now. We're going to move down to our mat and practice a few more twistings. So find the back of your mat. We're going to be all the way at the back of our mat. And take that breath up. On our exhale, we're going to forward fold where we are, bending our knees as much as we choose to get our hands on the floor. We're going to drop the head, and we're going to walk our hands out one place. We're going to bend the knees a lot and straighten the knees a little. Walk the hands out some more. Bend into that stretch, straighten, walk some more. Bend the knees, straighten the knees, and walk one more time. Bend the knees and straighten the knees. Now we'll bring the knees to the floor for some cat and cow. If you'd like to use your knee pad, go ahead and do that now. We have nice wide fingers on the mat. Our belly is pulled up. Very strong right here, and we're going to use our hips up, head up, hips down, tail down. Let's breathe up, fingertips pushing down. Exhale, move. Breathing up. Exhale under. We're going to breathe up and stay through the exhale. Now breathe up. Exhale under. Now we're going to stay here through the inhale. And exhale right here in cat, giving ourselves a good stretch in the back. Let's come into neutral spine. We're going to let our shoulders continue to move away from the ears. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Reach the head away from the hips. Give the hips a nice wiggle. From here, we're going to take just some little mini circle push-ups as we move the body round and round. And then we'll go the other way. Just letting the hands and the wrists come to life. Engaging the arms. Let's come back and find ourselves in a child's pose all the way back. Stretching the hips towards the heels. We're going to turn the palms up. Rest the forehead on the floor or on a block. And now let's bring our hands all the way back towards our heels. And we're going to ever so gently let the crown of the head find the mat. We are not supporting ourselves with the crown of our head. We are able to lift it off the mat. But we're going to hold on to our heels. And just with the crown resting on the mat, let's let our hips move forward to stretch the shoulders in a little rabbit pose. Imagine ourselves with our bunny ears on the floor. We're going to come right back out of that. Hands on the mat. We will come up to seated on our feet. Awesome. Starting to feel even better, I hope. We do own the right to feel better, and we do own the ability to feel better. That's good news. Let's bring this leg out straight and cross over. So you have the opposite hand on our leg. We're going to take a stretch back, breathing the arm up and then halfway down, not quite to the floor. We're using this hand to help us get into the twist. Let's think about our thumb and our elbow and our shoulder all being in one line. And now let's turn our chin so that our gaze is looking toward that thumb. Relax the belly and see if we can twist a little more. We're going to bring that back hand up and exhale back to seated. With this foot crossed in front, we're going to let it lay over our leg. So if you've done cow face pose before, this is kind of the knee we're looking at. The leg on the bottom is very relaxed. This one also is very relaxed. If for some reason it doesn't feel good on our foot under here, we can bring that pad over and give it a little bit of cushion. We're not doing any stretches for our leg right now. This is all for lower back. So let's give our mind that thought, lower back, as we start to reach forward. Yes, I feel it in my leg. But we're thinking lower back. So get long here. Lower back, lower back. We'll come up out of that. Unfold. And the other leg is over. Now we set up opposite hand. We want to be nice and tall. And we also want to try to get our sits bones back so the pelvic floor is really flat to the earth. We're going to breathe up, reach back, take that exhale. Let's think about lining up the thumb, elbow, shoulder, and shoulder. And then we're going to bring our chin around and gaze at the thumb. Relax the belly. Breathe into that. On the exhale, really relaxing through the belly, letting the body come into its most twistable place. We're going to breathe that hand all the way up and bring it down and around. We're going to fold this foot under. See what this one feels like. It might be different. We're going to take our torso so long and we're going to stretch forward. Our breath is so big here. Exhaling forward. Breathing big. Exhaling forward. We'll come out of that stretch. We're going to come into our table pose. Fingers are facing the hips. The feet are in line with the hip bones. The shoulders are going to roll back. We'll take a breath and plant all of our limbs, ready to push on the exhale. Rolling up. We're going to use our feet to lift our hips, gazing upward. We're going to lower that back down. Awesome. Let's do that again. Our breath is so big. On the exhale, we're pressing down with the feet, down with the whole hand, rolling the shoulders, lifting the hips. Bringing that all the way down again. Let's take a little shoulder stretch. If you have a strap, we're going to use that momentarily. So sitting any way that you would like to sit. We're going to come across, take a nice little regular stretch of the shoulder that we like to do. We want to think about leaving the shoulder pressing back that way and not letting the shoulder come with the arm. And then asking this hand to reach away from the elbow. Taking that whole line and bringing it close to the body. We're going to breathe up, reach back, and just help ourselves with this hand. See how that feels. Relax the shoulders. Come around to the other side. This is a great time to take some inventory and notice where the tight spots are so we can really deal with them. Let that shoulder stay where it is and move back that way. This hand moves over that way. And then we hug into that stretch, allowing our body to feel that, giving ourselves permission to really feel what we feel. We'll breathe and reach up and back. Let it feel nice. And we're coming down. All right, using our strap, we're going to bring it over the shoulder. We're going to reach back with this one. Grab our hand, drop down in the back, and start to lift. We can also start to draw our hands closer to each other, moving down the strap, opening that side shoulder right there, opening the chest, opening the heart. Just so we can see what this is. It looks like that. Now we're going to let go, come around, and go to the other side. We're going to hold on with the other arm and start to stretch, finding the place that works best for our body. And then we'll gently let that top arm pull. Trying to reach that left shoulder back. And we'll slowly release out of that. Let everything come around to the front. We'll probably use our straps again for stretching at the end. For now, let's just do some reaches front and back. Assuring the shoulders that we still love them. Let's take some cross body. If you found something in there that just felt amazing, then go ahead and do that again. We're going to set up to practice a new pose for our class today. This might not be a brand new pose if you've already had a practice, but for those of us who've been doing a class together in the studio, this is a new pose for us. We're going to start to look at wild thing pose. So we're actually going to go into this in little steps. So as we get to the step that is your most work, then you'll stop there. If you feel like advancing to the next step this time around, then you can do that. If not, you can do it the next time that you watch this video. So we're going to start in a plank position. So we want to have a nice solid stand with our hands at shoulder distance apart. We want our hips to be ever so slightly below the shoulder, or even with the shoulders. One of these two places, either a flat back plank or hips dropped into our plank. And then we're going to pedal our feet, pedal our knees. We'll take a breath here. On the exhale, we're going to come into down dog. This is all just a little bit of a preparation to get us ready for the motions that we're about to do. Maybe we want to pedal our knees here in our down dog, or give our side body some more stretching. We're going to come forward, and we're going to I'm going to imagine that we're all facing the same direction. So we're going to bring our right hand to the floor, and we're going to rock back so that our left foot is in front of the right. We're going to drop our hips a little bit and bring our hand up for side plank. So we're going to practice this on both sides, coming back to our plank position. Setting up the feet. Now, the right foot is in front and the right hand is on top. So those are our side plank positions. We're going to move back into our side plank position with our right hand on the bottom. And we're going to lift our left foot behind us on the floor. I'm going to move so that you can see that foot, that way. Now we're going to kind of do what we did with the table. We're going to push this hip up. And this hand's going to reach over here. Now this foot comes around, and we're just going to push our hips up. Maybe we open our belly to the sky, we reach back, and we're coming back down and through to our down dog. Let's come into our child's pose and breathe some life back into our hands and our arms. Find just a little moment of stillness here. And we're going to reach back out. We'll come into our all fours and back into down dog. And I'm actually going to turn to face the other way. If you want to turn, then we can do that. And that way I'm still facing you. We're going to do the other side. So if you're going along with me, we have the left hand on the floor. We're going to reach up. And now we're going to plant that left foot well, and our right foot's going to come up and back. Can you see how that foot there? And I'm going to push. Eventually this leg is going to be straight, but for now they're both going to be bended. And this hip is going to come up, and we're going to reach back, look back, or look up rather. Come back through into our down dog. Nice, nice, nice. If you would like to pause the video here and do that another time or two, then you sure can, or rewind and go through with me again. If you're ready to move on to the floor, we're going to take a few stretches and then spend just a few breaths with some mindfulness. So go ahead and get together, whatever it is that you would like. I'm going to put our music up a little bit for us. We are going to use a strap in our stretch, and we are going to stretch on our back. All right, we've got a little bit of music to come up to slow the class down a little bit. While things can be very exhausting at first, then once we can find a flow with it, we'll start working on that in our class this Saturday in our interactive class. We'll be working more on that particular pose. I'm going to bring ourselves all the way down to the mat, rolling down. Maybe we want to rest our head on a block. Maybe you have a puppy that will join us for class today, since Pink is now living at the studio with me, it seems. We're going to bring in one foot with our strap and let the other leg fall out into a half butterfly or stretch all the way out. Just really whatever feels good to your body right now. This knee is soft. We're going to push against the strap, taking a deep breath. And on our exhale, we're going to bring it back just a bit. Now through the next breath, let's relax the hips, relax the belly. Try to relax the legs as much as we can. Another breath, exhale. Big breath. Exhale, stretch. Adjusting your straps anytime that you feel you need to. Exhale, stretch. Relax everything in the exhale. Another breath. And exhale, stretch. We're now going to bend that knee just a little bit and let the leg move out to the side. Then if we have our supporting leg in a bent butterfly position, we can bring our hand to the leg for support there. Really let the hips stretch out. Try to relax the belly, try not to brace. We're going to fold that all the way in and come to the other side. So we're going to set up, decide where we want the supporting leg to be. Breathe into that extended leg and exhale, stretch. Breathe in. Exhale, stretch. Breathe big. Exhale, stretch. Finding the space that's working best for you. Staying in whatever place feels like the most. Breathing big. Sending a good exhale through the belly. Letting everything relax. Letting all the tensions melt away. One more stretch here. We're going to bend that knee and move it out to the side. Supporting that opposite leg with a hand on the leg or the hip. Just letting this foot fall away. Finding our own best stretch right here. We're going to bend the knee all the way in. Come around. Let's bring both knees in, using our hands to help our legs into position. And we're just going to give our legs a hug, finding Apanasana, moving side to side. Maybe circling the knees here. Notice how that feels on the back when we circle the knees. And then also maybe pedaling the knees. Circling the feet. We're going to come into a seated place for meditation today. And then from there, if you would like to take Shavasana, you certainly can do that. So just finding some very comfortable place. We're going to clear the mind, close the eyes. Maybe we come in and find a mudra that suits us. Taking a big breath in, exhaling out. Let's spend these first few breaths with gratitude. So many things that we can now be grateful for that perhaps we took for granted. Being grateful for our space. Being grateful for our ability to adapt. Being so grateful for technology. Being grateful for time. Being grateful for our memories and the things that we have experienced. We're going to continue to breathe in. And we're going to move back to a mantra that we were practicing at the beginning of the year. I will start where I am. I will use what I have. I will do what I can. Breathing that in. I will start where I am. I will use what I have. I will do what I can. Continue breathing in that mantra. Maybe once again, breathing all the way in. I will start where I am. Breathing all the way in. I will use what I have. Breathing all the way in. I will do what I can. In these last breaths, let's commit to self-acceptance. Let's commit to doing our best work. Let's commit to grace and mercy for ourselves and others. Once more, breathing in, accepting ourselves as we are in our own truth, in the here and the now. Doing our best work with honesty, integrity, and excellence. Serving grace and mercy to ourselves and others. Let's open the hands, close the hands. Repeating that out to the side, opening hands and closing hands. Repeating it upward, open and close. We'll bring our hands all the way down. And namaste. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey. And my wish to you is peace and comfort, and that we will own that and we can pass it on to others. Feel free to practice this lesson again and let me know how everything is going. I pray for each of you every day.